So that's it, Miranda. I know it's not, easy to stomach. He is the father, or he was the father of your children. You spent a home with him, but I know as well as anyone, the mind can play tricks on you. And even though they recovered a body and your mother-in-law identified it, you're always going to have those doubts. So that's why I showed you that footage today, so that, like me, you can put it all to rest. I didn't expect, usually when it comes to footage and stuff, I didn't expect it to be so clear. It's incredible. Me either, but that's technology nowadays. I'm upset and both happy that it's clear. Upset that I have to have this memory in my head of the man I once loved falling into a big body of water and dying a terrible death. But on the other hand, I'm happy that I don't have to look over my shoulder and think, oh my god, is he gonna get me today? I could now have children and not worry about one day like him popping up and, I don't know, throwing them off a bridge. I know he probably wouldn't do something like that, but I know he hated me for what I, cost him. I think it's time that we all just lived out our happily ever afters. I think our lives have changed so much that we can just finally focus on the good that we have in our life and whatnot. It's kind of hard for me to hear that coming from you, only because I know your mom is on life support right now. Are you okay? What are you doing with that? I don't think that's a happily ever after, Miranda. It is a happily ever after, though, I feel. Oh, yeah. Okay, but let me be the voice of reason, this weird maturity that I have in me. Miranda, the problem here, between you and me, I think it's always been this way. Our life isn't a story. It's just life. And we talk about happily ever afters and how are things gonna end and what's next and riding off into the sunset, but the truth is, life goes on. We're never gonna fully have, like, a day where nothing goes wrong. Joey may be gone. Maybe you're reconciling with your mother, maybe Jonathan's dead, but what does tomorrow bring? My only advice to you today after seeing that footage is not that it's over. It's just, you have to find a way to look at that and realize that that's always going to happen. You have to be happy with the struggle. I have a beautiful man that loves me, but I know that we'll have problems every now and then, that we'll fight. And maybe when you and I can accept things like that, we'll be happier. Maybe that's where the happiness comes from. I disagree. Yes, you can avoid things happening. But you can really try to pack your life with as much happy as possible. And sometimes I think we look for problems, and I don't want to look for problems anymore. And I don't want to hold on to problems either, which is why I'm going to pull the plug on my mother. Well, I guess I'm glad you came to that decision.